anti-Asian, anti-indigenous, just wish women white have to see situations like this to wake them up. I even seen people on social media laughing who are Latino of this Latino man dying, being killed by ICE. And no, I do not support it. Okay, I do not support what happened to him. My heart goes out to the family and to Lorenzo as well. And so I think to be a politics. Okay, well I fight with my politics, but there's a certain target. It's not everyone involved. You know what I'm saying? So let me get with this. This is a tragic situation. I was on the bus and I took pictures, but the bus was driving fast though, and I took pictures of the people mourning on Canal Street, and it really hurt my heart to see this. But this is a wake up call. And I know you said, well, you're not even Hispanic. Yes, I am. I'm Spanish Creole. Louisiana was a Spanish colony before. It was Spanish and French. It was not just French before the United States, Louisiana purchased. So on my mama's side, she was born in Texas, but down her family tree, one of my ancestors was a black Spanish Creole. Last name was Real. They changed his last name to Rouse. The name is Olmsted Real, born in Texas. I'm still looking for his family. Located his brother, Luke Real. They interchanged, they put him as white or mulatto. It's weird how they did it to my fourth great uncle. Um, so my black Spanish Creole fourth grandfather was a black Spanish Creole. Last name Real is a Spanish last name. Real. But it kept changing his name in Grimes County and Broward County, and discovering there's those gringo races, country bunking, no, and not educated because they white, changed my fifth grandfather's last name. Okay, because my mother's mother did not know that until I told her until I was 18 that we're Hispanic. I said, no, we're not Mexican, we're Spanish Creole. Louisiana was because she didn't finish school. My grandmother, my mom's house, not the grandmother gave me hell. That's my dad's mother. My grandmother on my mom's side did that because they had to work in the fields. And she always advocate people get educated because she wished she had education, but she was made to leave school at seventh grade. So that was the reason why that she did. And of course, she had my mother first when she was married. She was teenager married to my grandfather who I'd never met, who was killed 40 years ago in San Antonio. It's weird I carry his last name and still trying to find out about him too. So anyway, I was telling my maternal grandmother this on the phone, and I said, "Yeah," I said, "We are Hispanic, but we're not Mexican." I had to educate her and let her know that Louisiana was not only French, it was a Spanish colony too. That's why, her family tree on her dad's side, um, their Spanish Creole last name Real is a Spanish last name. It was changed to Rouse by Grandma Anna, which is her great grandmother, right? Her great grandmother Anna was a Rouse on paper, but her dad said Real was Real. So I just wanted anyone to start talking about that. I'm not Hispanic, yes I am. I'm part. I'm African American, French, Spanish, Creole, English, Irish, Scottish, and American. Most African Americans are mixed, and I'm the one who admitted it. I don't go down with Master's one drop rule. Okay, one drop rule was used to make slaves. That's why they was raping on the plantation. So each baby come out of different shades of hair. We got white passing, racial dolls that didn't have to put all that stuff on her face, pass for black. You know what I'm saying? Because if you had black blood in you, was considered black a long time ago. That's all it take. You know what I'm saying? So I'm against the one drop rule. We're mixed race, black Americans. And Latinos escape the one drop rule because Mexicans and other Latinos do have African blood besides addition Spaniard. Okay? So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because um, my heart goes out, and what ICE did was wrong. ICE officer that killed Lorenzo should be locked up in federal prison, and I'm glad the feds are investigating because I don't depend on HPD. Today's my stalker's birthday. Lord have mercy. When I was talking to the cyber crimes unit, the white man, not the dark skinned brother that works in cyber crime unit, shout out to the brother that worked, he helped me out. They said that my stalker ever come out to Houston. to come near me and my residence or near me, he's already arrested. Um, anyway, I had to argue with the white guy in the cybercrime unit. I didn't care about him in office. My life in danger. This man lying on me. You know what I'm saying? You over here playing games. So that's why I don't trust HPD. HPD, I don't trust HPD on a lot. I go to the feds, then I go to HPD. And let the feds know um, what's going on. And then go to the HPD because a lot of them do not, like everyone keep blaming and child to Judge Lena Hidalgo. She was there. Saw social media. She was at the site where Lorenzo was killed. Lorenzo Salgado Araujo, Araujo, um, the site where he got killed at on Canal Street. Y'all kept blaming, and this is the Latinos for Trump. And yes, I voted for Trump for revenge. Not vote for Trump because I want to see everybody go home as immigrant of color. To immigrants of color who are anti-Black American, don't care about you. Okay, the ones who are not, my heart goes out, and yes, I do believe you should stay here. Okay, it's my opinion. But when you have Judge Gonzalez, Warnicki, her husband last name, trying to defend my stalker, because she's a criminal lawyer. Yes, she's a criminal defense lawyer, besides being a judge in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. You have Adrian Garcia, who's a criminal, who's been locked up many times. And I'm glad that Lena Hidalgo cussed out Adrian Garcia, that's Adrian Garcia's friend, because I do believe that Adrian Garcia, um, was a leeway of letting Israel Garcia, who's a lawyer before he became a judge, to get and steal from people, rob people, and have a lot of allegations. And the judge that convicted me last time on this day, 3 years ago, is just like the stalker, and just like Judge Gonzalez in Arizona, she has a good record in El Paso. Judge Israel Garcia has a good record as well, and I'm glad he lost to a Republican. And I know Richard Avada, I think he's a Pentecostal. He reminded me of the Mexican version of A-Rod because they have the green eyes. Okay, yeah, okay, because A-Rod Dominican. Okay, well, Richard Vada should win, even though he's Republican. And yes, I see him when he supported Charlie Clerk and what's his name, Donald Trump. But Adrian Garcia did not. I know people that know him did not support immigrants coming here either. Even his parents were immigrants. And y'all agree that you're supposed to come here legally, but there's different cases, and you don't blame illegal immigration. You blame the government because they're the one who encouraged it. The CIA, Bush, and Reagan. Okay, when the drug everything was going on, and they would come to Africans in the neighborhood. It was Bush and Reagan, them two, Carnoff. They was involved in that, bringing the drugs and having that satanic priests curse the drugs at the border. I believe Michael Aquino from the Church of Set was one of them. So when it gets in the streets, it's already cursed the cocaine. It turns to crack. People start stealing, raping their children, selling their children for sex trafficking, abusing, and sitting for their mama and daddy for overcrack. I believe killing each other. I believe that. Okay, so I vote independently. I do not vote solely Democrat because two Democrat judges, even one of the last Democrat judges was a Republican. He came out as a Republican and a Trump supporter. Israel Garcia talking about, and Israel Garcia is so stupid because everything that Trump said about Mexicans, he fit the stereotype. His parents did trafficking. It was drug traffickers. They did time in the feds. Oh, I know their business. You in my bitch trying to kick me out? You on my stalker's 36th birthday, which I do was say 10. Then you deserve, yeah. He born in Austin, Texas, 60 years ago. He born in 60 like Jay and Jackson, and Zachary King's former Santana Wizard. They were born in 66. But however, you fit stereotypes. So why you a Trump supporter? You your parents sold over your brother Edward whatever his name is. He got record. You have a record, and H. Garcia was a sheriff at the time. Yeah, you got a record. You got scammed. You stole from people in their body or what Lorenzo got killed. Israel Garcia got office there and on Southwest Side on Bel Air. And he has a history of alleged allegation of stealing, sexual assault against women. who worked for him. I see why he had a bunch of women. I ain't trying to cuss on a Sunday, but almost a bitch each word, except for one man and two work at the office down there on Gulfton. And we have to get you behind all that too. Yeah, I'm not with the thieves stealing from him when on Halloween he was campaigning, being an arrogant Aries. Them Aries get on my dog on there because he's an Aries, just like I think him and David, the killer of Celeste, they're the same birthday. Okay, March 28th. Yeah, they're Aries. No offense to Mariah Carey and Fergie and Lady Gaga, Diana Ross. Well, Diana Ross is Aries. What happened? Well, for us, Bala, okay, and we did share a message with what's that Jewish man? Cause he's not a white dude. He Israeli Jew from his kiss. Gene Simmons, okay, messing with him like he was share. That's Erica Aries. My aunt is an Aries too. On my dad's side, the one that gave me problems. And the Aries, she's saying they sleep. Maybe Aries something else. Not all Aries are bad, but I know some Aries are bad. They're arrogant. They stand 10 toes down on they stupidity. Even when they're wrong. I kid you not. Anyway, while he been an arrogant Aries and not focusing. Hold on, y'all. Them two thugs that had been Hispanic came in and stole his gun, ID, social, credit cards, cash, 1,000 cash. It was wrong. But I feel sorry for Israel Garcia. No, because you stole money. Besides keeping you out their house, including myself. You stole money. Idiot. You stole money. Then you want to chimp out in the courtroom. When I told the Kimmy Anthony, she's under oath because she was lying under oath. She has a criminal record too. The one who bookkeeper stuff. Baby, don't even start with the report. Yeah, she has a criminal record of bad checks. And tell her that she Aries just like you in March of '66, but late March. The feds know who y'all are. Once y'all kick the report, but the feds know all about you. And already the FBI report before your birthday. Cause I got evicted on in July on my stalker birthday, but in March, the day before your birthday, when I found the allegation that you were a thief, and you did not talk about Israel, I said, Israel, let me tell you something, poke chop, you're behind. You're behind. The feds know about you. So you try to kick me out, baby, the feds watch you down there in bed, they know all about you. Yeah, trying to kick me out on my and had me evicted on my stalker birthday, baby. The feds know about Kimberly and threw it out there too with her lying behind. Should they know about you? Know about her stealing, bad checks, that you're a bookkeeper, farm manager, different properties in Roseburg and what's the other place in Richmond where she keep changing her birthdays and names. Babe, please. Don't play in my house. Don't play in my house. And that's why I put that orange man in office now because what happened to Lorenzo? Because of you. And just Gonzalez down there, what's her name? Cynthia Elaine Gonzalez Warnicky, because you had some white paint in your mouth and your vagina don't make you fully white, baby. Okay? I said what the heck I said. No disrespect, but to anybody who, you know what I'm saying, I'm talking about to these people. When you try to be anti-black with me, I'm an Afro-Spic. I'm talking about me as a person. I'm Spanish Creole, besides African American, French, Spanish, English, Scottish, and American. Let me tell you something. I will be that Afro-Spic for y'all. Okay? So I'm not sitting here. My Trump vote did not go to Lorenzo or anyone else who had to do. It goes to Deborah and some of the Africans that talk to us crazy. They will have a mammy, a gifted hands. That it was in Alabama and in the most racist state, Alabama, the South. But we had that problem in Southwest side with some of the Africans. And I said, son, I said, oh, so y'all get my point why some African American people are not supporting immigrants because let me explain something to you. The CIA did bring in Reagan, Bush, before that Nixon, and then Johnson when he signed that bill for immigrants to come here. They had a plan to get rid of African people. That's why they put the Caribbean, the Hispanics, the Asian, Africans, and Arabs, and told them do not hang with quote Black Americans. Okay, they'll be lazy. We dumb. We stupid. We don't want to work. No, and on my end, ain't nobody don't want to work. I don't want to be disrespected at work. I ain't be exploited. You're not gonna talk to me crazy. If I ain't want to get my own grandma on my dad's side, what the heck am I letting somebody else for a paycheck? Okay. I want to be motivated when I'm working. I have good non-toxic environment so I can motivate me to do well. When you start talking to be crazy and screaming at me, it's gonna be a problem. I snitch on you, or I have to hold my breath so I will not react too negative because I want to get myself in legal trouble. Okay, so that's why. So I prefer working for myself. And if I'm working for myself, that's not being lazy. It's not easy working for yourself, but I don't mind taking it. I'm man enough to work for myself because I'm a boss, and that's the boss that I am. Okay, me making videos, making content, trying to make money off of that's being a boss. Okay, some of y'all wake up in the morning at 3 o'clock in the morning, make videos. Okay, make content, look for content, collab with people at 12 o'clock in the morning. Okay, that's being a boss. Okay, we have the technology in our phone now. Okay, so and I'm a Leo. I'm not, and I'm not with horoscopes. Horoscopes are demonic. I get it, but when it comes to zodiac behavior, I'm for it because I am that Leo that not like be told bro by nobody. Okay, I don't like. I'm my own boss. That's why me and my family, we get my dad and my family, immigrant. I'm my own boss, baby. I don't care if you gave birth. Thank God she didn't raise me. My mother was abusive. Okay, she did. No tears for me. Okay. So for 3 years, for 4 years, yeah, don't mind. Don't care, don't mind. I don't like nobody around me. So, but going back to the situation, when it goes back to Lorenzo, this is a wake up call to Latino people who think they're white. These white cousins of ours, because I'm mixed with Anglo-Saxon, many of us are who are African American descent, we have Anglo-Saxon ancestors, especially the slave owners. They don't. The racist ones do not care about you. And I say that because no, we don't know every Anglo-white racist person, but don't be shocked that a white supremacist that you laugh and kiki and saying anti-black stuff with. This from your own ancestors because your ancestors were black besides Dutch and Spaniard. They don't care about you. Me and the same white folks that are laughing at Kamala Anthony, you was joining in with them, are the same white race people who are laughing at this man dying. This man was going to work. Every time I work, I made a bookshop straps. And ICE was targeting him. Mind you, it's white immigrants in this country who are illegal, who come from Canada, who come from Europe, who smuggle dope. You got people from Russia coming here. Remember the Russian man, an immigrant killed Bill Cosby's son? Where's that immigration policy on them? Why are you trying to get Ukraine people like Biden was and then trying to get white South Africans? And that's funny because white South Africans are mixed. A lot of folks not know. A lot of folks not know that. You had people with the color community, the mixed race community, me and them that did pass for white and married into white population. Okay. That apartheid, it was not all that successful when it came to that. Okay. Some of the people who consider color, it was mixed, you know, saying color as a mixed race person, and they married white people. And it was white of the past. You know, they married and they tried to make sure the kids were not black looking, and some do come black looking. You know the story about the sister from South Africa? She looked racially bigger, with curly hair and darker. She wasn't dark chocolate, but she was darker than white. Relative white parents of hers, and they gave a white racist church. They kicked them out. Yeah, you sure could when the ancestors were black. The white South Africans that the white identified trying to say because they wasn't pure white. They did not know about their black ancestry. Their child came out and they didn't cheat on nobody. It was a child, but one of the parents or two parents had some black ancestry in the white racist church, some Dutch church, kicked these Afrikaners, what we call them down there in South Africa. So you trying to bring some white South Africans, you better do some ancestry research on them because they're not all that white. There's some Indian, some India, some Asian, some black, African. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some African folks there, okay, in their family tree, okay. So men them passing as white, okay. You add more dilution to the population. Who's trying to bring the white South Africans? It's so funny. They ain't all that white down there, okay. They not, okay. They pass and put white on their application, and it's weird how these people don't do research on that. But anyway, my point is that you got them. You got white people born in Africa. Come here, go away. Come illegally. You're not even trying to find out who all these illegal undocumented immigrants are white. But you're targeting Latinos because they don't want Latinos here. They don't want people of color here to overpopulate. Okay? So that's my thing is that to Latino people who think they're white, this is a wake up call. This is a wake up call to wake your ass up because on Sunday, stop thinking that you're fully white European when you're indigenous in Africa as well. Okay? Our white racist cousins do not love you just they don't like us. We're related, and black American people are related to white people because of what happened in slavery. Not all my mixing came from rape, but there was a rape in the family tree. And my mom's side, my third grandmother Anna, who black Spanish girl, okay, her husband, like a white man, his mama, my third grandfather, was a white woman. Okay, because his dad passed white in 1876, which is 10 years after, like 10, 11 years after slavery ended. You see? And he kept it a secret that he had black ancestry. I think he got discovered because she remarried and divorced him. He married a full blown white man. But anyway, my point I'm trying to say is that we are not purely we're not purely black. We're mixed. And many of us don't know every white person, but we know the type that do exist. They don't love anybody except for white people. Okay. So stop thinking that you're better than somebody because phenotypically you don't look like a black person. Okay? Somebody in your family is black. Okay? Down in Mexico and other places. And it needs to stop. Okay? Okay.